PDP flag bearer aspirant Dr. Brian Echampo wants all forms of mining suspended for 90 days as a way of addressing issues of illegal mining or galamsey. Tonight, we ask what happens after the 90 days. And later, 6 people, including a toddler, hit by stray bullets in Obuasi in the Ashanti region. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Also coming up in business.
IMF casts doubt over Ghana's single-digit inflation outlook despite sharp decline.
Eyewitness News is live on our affiliates across the country, around the globe. We are on citinewsroom.com talking about affiliates.
In the Western region, we're live on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM, both in Takrady. In the Bono region, tune in to Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, it's Focus 94.3 FM and Orange 107.9 FM, all in Kumasi. In the Volta region, you can tune in to Revival 99.3 FM in Tajewu and VOV Radio 95.7 in Hohoi. In the Northern region, we're live on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. In the Upper West region, it's Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. And in the Upper West region, tune in to Tunsong 97.3 FM in Wa and Drapa 96.1 FM.
You can also join the conversation with your WhatsApp messages. The number is 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. AGB has our first story.
The minority in Parliament is opposing the proposed takeover of the state-owned telecom company AT by Telecel. Government is currently seeking a private partner for AT, but the minorities is urging authorities to reject Telecel's bid and instead consider a proposal from Canadian firm Rectron, which is offering an initial investment of $150 million. At a press conference today, ranking member on the Communications Committee, Matthew Nyendam, questioned Telecel's capacity to turn around the struggling company, which is currently saddled with over $200 million in debt.
Not merely about the sale of a company, it is about protecting national institutions that have served Ghana diligently. Together, industry veterans, current staff, policymakers, and the highest office of the land, we must act decisively to ensure that AT remains in the hands of Ghanaians. The minority family observed that any decision regarding the future of AT must be subject to full parliamentary scrutiny.
You heard ranking member on the Communications Committee, Matthew Nyendam.
Let's get more on this particular issue. And Davis Opokwansa is a member of the minority group who is also on this committee that held the press conference today, and he's also a member of parliament for the Impriso constituency. Davis, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Sammy. Thank you for having me.
What really are your concerns?
So our concerns are that we seek, first of all, clarity. We want some bit of transparency and, of course, accountability in the handling of this AT disposal, for want of word. As you know, I mean, AT is wholly owned by Ghana, and in so doing, there ought to be some transparency in how AT is handed over to a company. For instance, we saw on a Bloomberg that the group chairman for Telecel had announced that the Telecel is willing to invest $50 million in AT, and they announced a certain form of a measure. We were a bit surprised because this is a 100% owned Ghanaian entity. If you want to merge a Ghanaian company like AT with any other company, it ought to come to Parliament. It did not. 2, we are also aware of some work being done by KPMG to advise government as to the way forward. We also know that Rectron, a Canadian company, has offered to provide over $150 million for as initial investment in AT and a $1 billion for a 5-year development plan to ensure that there's competition in the telecom sector. So we feel that the minister should exercise restraint. The minister should be transparent enough. The minister should allow the process to go on so that based on the advice that KPMG gives us, we can now go forward and say that, yes, we are going for this particular deal, we are rejecting this deal or that. But you see, in one breath, the minister publicly announces that the country has gotten a deal from Rectron and they are considering it. Then he goes to meet with AT and announces that there's going to be a merger and that 300 of their workers will not be dismissed. Are you the manager of Telecel in Ghana? No, you are not. And so why would you want to engage yourself in even how private companies are run? Telecel, yes, is owned 30% by the state, but 70% of it is owned by a foreign entity. So how would you want to determine how a private firm now runs?
But he's the communications minister, and this, these companies are under his watch, and so he doesn't have a say in all this.
No. It's like trade minister saying that the next morning gas or Jata cement should supply all schools in Ghana 100 bags of cement. You don't have that. You don't have that right. You don't have that power to be determining how a private entity operates. And so he's engaged in some deceit, and I don't know if he lacks basic appreciation of how these things work, but the display of incompetence in his handling of this matter is quite telling, and that is why we are bringing to the attention of the president that as a matter of urgency, he needs to step in and ensure that the right thing is done. Yes, 80, we were told that, in fact, I can confidently tell you that 80 is completely dead. But if you are handling the access of 80 to a party, especially when even in its dead position is enjoying some bit of attraction, if you have a Canadian company like Retron wanting to come in and also to invest in 80, I think that it's something that ought to be considered. It's something that needs a proper diagnosis so that, when they come in, because you see, we cannot create a duopoly in Ghana, especially in the telecommunication industry. You cannot have two companies handling the entire country, especially when it has to do with two foreign companies who would want to come in and handle this matter. It is not something that you and I would want. It even brings to bear a serious national security concern. And so as I speak to you, one of the telecom companies in Ghana has over 73% shares in Ghana. If you want to create or create a competitive environment, you don't create a duopoly. Instead, you attract investors to come in. Yes, 80, this morning I met with the management of 80. We understand that they are doing well, they are performing well, which is good. They are performing better than even the country. But we need competition. And so if there's Telecel, which is doing well, if there's MTN, which is doing well, and there's a third company that is coming in to absorb 80 and also run it well, it's something that we ought to consider and appreciate that we need some level of competition in the entire value chain in the telecom industry.
You also demand full disclosure of all related agreements, correspondence, and report. You smell something fishy. The reason why you are making these demands?
You see, what is happening now is that the minister goes to say it backfires, and any media reportage, we do not see them online anymore. It seems to be, he stokes the fire, and when he sees that the fire is trying to consume him, he quickly runs to water down the fire. So, you see, I don't know what his interest is, but his interest should be the interest of the nation. It should be there protecting the interest of the nation. So, in all of this, the flip-flopping, the tomorrow this, tomorrow that kind of argument is something that the Ghanaian people are not ready for. And that is why we think that there ought to be a full parliamentary inquiry into this whole acquisition of 80 and so that the Ghanaian people will appreciate that when we are disposing of a national asset, we are doing so with the right intent, not because of what somebody somewhere would benefit at the end of the day.
You also demand a thorough financial assessment of 80 Ghana to determine the debt level. As of now, as members of the committee, you do not have this information. You don't know anything about this?
Sammy, I can tell you that 80 is completely dead. I can tell you that they are involved in a lot of debt. I can also tell you
if you say they are dead, they are exactly what you mean. As in, they fold up?
You see, the 80 is entangled in a lot of financial difficulties. And that is why, for us, the most important thing is not to be looking for a strategic partner. But instead, to look for somebody who is coming in with the right investment. $150 million, $1 billion over 5 years is something that is so sweet, especially for a company like AT, for a company to come in that would want to resurrect that which is almost dying. And that is our concern. I mean, that is our concern. So the minister must hasten slowly. Ghana, I mean, there ought to be transparency. There are laws governing these matters. This thing has not come to Parliament. People are already declaring. You see Telecel Group CEO declaring that they have acquired some shares in AT. Quickly, it is taken off. All of this that is going on smells of some dealing that the public are not aware of, and that is why we are bringing this to the public attention, so that Parliament, when we resume next week, can scrutinize this matter and also address this matter very well.
If you say AT is dead, is that not the reason why the minister is reaching out to Telecel to help resurrect it or revive it? That's why they need. And yet you are opposing the move to revive it.
So, I mean, in other jurisdictions, when somebody is dying or when somebody dies, we can pick better things from the person. We can pick the heart, go and transplant into somebody else, and that will save a life. You understand? Now, the assets at the disposal of AT is so huge that you do not just hand it over because you think that the company is struggling or the company is dead. Especially when you have somebody who is coming in like a Jesus to breathe a new life in AT. You understand? We need competition. It's a matter of national security consideration. It's a matter that is at the heart of ensuring that there's competition in the industry.
But why you feel Telecel will not bring that competition?
Telecel is already in the market.
Yeah.
I mean, Telecel is already in the market. If you want to bring competition in the system, don't create a duopoly. Especially when the product that you claim is dead or we all see is dead, it's attracting some level of investment. Rectron is coming in with some good money, $150 million to invest in the company. Why would you rush to go and merge? In any case, measures have not always solved the problem in the telecom industry. Do you remember Airtel? Do you remember Tigo? Tigo and Airtel had to merge at a point. Now it is AT, and we've seen the struggles that is going on. In fact, the two companies have evaporated from our system because they could not stand the competition. And that is why you need some giant companies to come in. I mean, if there's a Rectron, if there's a Telecel, benefit and to enjoy because of, I don't know, but it smells. I mean, this whole thing stinks. And that is why we are calling on the government to step in, the president to step in, and ask the minister to hasten slowly and allow the processes to unfold. KPMG ought to submit their report. We want to see that publicly published as to the standings of AT and how we want partners to come in. Parliament must be informed about it. I mean,
so for you and members of the committee, you believe a total takeover by Rectron will be the best way to go?
Well, we are not here to advocate for Rectron. What we seek for is a competitive environment. And a competitive environment is not to create a duopoly. It's to create a system that competes against itself.
Yes, I understand. Understand that point. Understand that point.
As we speak, the only proposal on the table, which for us, even on the face of it, I mean, if you hear it, $150 million against $50 million. I mean, which one will you go for? Citi FM is seeking investment. Somebody says that I want 60% of Citi FM, and I'm going to invest $150 million to improve on the structures of Citi so that they're able to reach the entire country. And you're saying that there's somebody somewhere proposing 50 million and that you want to go for that 50 million. That is our concern. I mean, value for money. At the end of the day, that is what the Ghanaian people seek for. Value for money, how we are able to survive AT, how the subscribers are able to be sustained, and how the network or people who are employed in the company would continue to work and also feed their families. That is our concern.
And so for you and the minority, it's the way to go. Do you know this company very well? You know their track record?
Which company is that?
I mean, the Rectron, yeah.
Well, it's a Canadian company. I mean, you can just do a quick search on them. Of course, I mean, you realize that it's a company worth its salt. I mean, and of course, they are required to submit certain documentation and certain assurances that shows that they are able to, for clarity, handle this or even inject the $150 million. And I'm told reliably that they have submitted same to the investment advisors appointed by government, KPMG. And so I really don't know why, even before KPMG brings out this report, the minister is on the run trying to divert this whole thing to another party.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Davis Opoku-Ansah. Thank you very much for your time. Davis Opoku-Ansah is the Member of Parliament for Impaiso and also a member of the Information and Communications Committee of Parliament. They held a press conference today raising some issues in respect of the AT telecell deal. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens. If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
The game never stops. The productivity never stops. The music never stops. At G&J, we keep your world powered with reliable generators, solar energy, and UPS solutions, so the power never stops. Your go-to for total energy solutions, making sure you work, thrive, and live life uninterrupted. Visit our website, gjtechghana.com, or call us on 0302 689 178 or 179 or 0202 222 220. G&J, your energy partner.
Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
The winning season is back, but this time
I am collecting the wins like Jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. A few of your WhatsApp messages. Mike from Tema says, on what basis did the MPP buy 80 for $1, which was so much a liability? It's hard listening to the minority now. Alfred from Afie says, the best thing the MPP and its minority group to do is to keep quiet. Nothing is holding water for them in this day. Kwesi Anfield from Wager says, when Esla was selling Tigo for $1, they sat unconcerned and were very happy. What has changed? The MPP is making so much noise. Did they act decisively when the bad decisions and opportunities came? From Prof in Tema says, so they want to protect Ghanaians' ownership. At the same time, they recommended a Canadian company to take over. Interesting minority. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Let's do some more stories.
Stories on illegal mining and the new Patriotic Party flag-bearer hopeful Dr. Brian Echampo is proposing a 90-day ban on all forms of mining to help restore the country's water bodies to their natural state. Addressing the media today after touring parts of the Greater Accra region, Dr. Echampo said Ghana must take bold and decisive action to protect its natural resources, even if it comes with financial costs.
Galamsey halted for 90 days. Stop. Everybody should stop mining in this country. Regardless of the financial consequences, we have to agree that for the next 90 days, I'm not talking about even a state of emergency, 90 days, rainy season, let's clear our water bodies, let's engage how we go back to mining. We cannot stop or repair the tie or the track of a moving train as fast as it is speeding. We need to agree, and I'm not talking about state of emergency, that mining, regardless of where, should stop now.
Brian Echampo added that he will prioritize party unity, infrastructure development, security and discipline if elected to lead the party in the upcoming primaries.
I also assured party people that the key areas that I will focus on should we win power, and also as part of my campaign messaging will be on jobs. I'd ask them to look at what I have done for myself in the private sector, and I will be able to leverage on that with government policy to create more jobs, meaningful jobs for young people. I also made them aware that as the youngest presidential candidate, aspirant for that matter, and what I have done in my personal life will also inspire young people, which will bring them to vote for us in 2028. Assure them that our future government will focus on infrastructure, health, education, and roads everywhere that we go. The Eastern region, when I started, everybody's talking about roads.
He added that he remains unfazed by endorsements from some party executives for other candidates, expressing confidence in his chances of emerging victorious.
Let's go to the phone line and speak to a member of his campaign team, Dr. Adomo Kisi, who is also the former member of parliament for the Nyaso Tom constituency. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening.
The proposal to ban mining for 90 days. What went into this particular proposal? Just give us a broad understanding. Exactly what does it mean?
Well, I think everybody at this point is inundated with discussions about galamsey, which is illegal mining. And I think we can all agree that it's a very serious thing for Ghana. So the recommendation is that should we hold off mining for 90 days so that the water turbidity and the adverse impact of mining can be forestalled, and then government can act as retool and plan to be able to manage block by block in fighting this illegal activity. So I think it's quite laudable, considering all the many discussions. This is a very definitive temporary measure while government reorganizes or reorient itself with regards to the best approach to, as it is, start mining again. So I think it's a very profound, very thoughtful one way, because when it's going so bad and you can't seem to have your arm around it, I think this gives you some room to regroup, rethink, and proceed on the best way to manage mining in the country.
And would this include large-scale mining as well?
In fact, the main focus, I think, will be the small mining, because the major mining sites in this country are well known. Their areas are very well defined, and people know those sites are known and has been used over the years. So, I mean, I think that we're talking about areas outside of major mining areas, and I'm sure you can know where Newmont is, you can know where Anglo Gold is. I mean, there are sites that are known from time immemorial. Those, I think, can be excluded. But where they are doing prospecting, which is a huge chunk of the problems we have, especially prospecting. So I think this serves as a notice to government, who is now struggling to figure out the best way out of this nemesis of crisis.
So what?
And I think.
So what happens after the 90 days? Mining resume?
I think that after the 90 days, government would have then had a better way of approaching it in terms of, and more importantly, the environment gets protected, over a period. And I'm sure that over the next 90 days, those involved may be even part of the solution, and will be much ready to sit at the table with government to get to the bottom of this new cancer or new problem that Ghana has.
The Akufo-Addo administration between 2017 and 2019 banned mining for a period of 2 years. And then when it was lifted, we are seeing what we are seeing as of now. Will just 90 days, be enough to bring back the glory of the environment as we used to have it?
90 days certainly won't be enough, but we'll see some measurable difference in the kind of water we are seeing, and hopefully we can have a firmer grip. And I must admit that is more of an administrative decision, which I think can really help government prepare better to go again at how best to attend to this conundrum. And I think it's very brilliant. The timing is right. And between now, which is October, that gives us just up to, let me say, almost December or early January. And I think we will see some appreciable improvement or reduction in the damage to our environment.
Would that be his approach if he's elected flag bearer and eventually elected president of the republic? Would that be his approach to ending illegal mining or galamsey?
I think at this point we are more looking at the reduction. I mean, ending or eliminating might be a bit preposterous, but let's be a bit realistic.
So we can't end it? We can't end it?
No, I mean, listen, we have to stage all of these things. You move from a reduction to elimination. Okay, and that is the reality. We're not trying to promise entirely something that we cannot, as it is, achieve within the shortest possible time. Because this is a human exercise. To date, seatbelts are supposed to be worn by all of us, but a lot of people do not wear seatbelts. So I just want us to be a bit realistic in terms of our expectation. Our environment has been damaged, and we need serious measures to reduce or forestall the further damage of our environment. And as we don't have power now, there's a recommendation to government that, listen, it's gotten so bad. And admittedly, over the past 8 months, rumor and data proves that the turbidity and damage to the water bodies are more than before. And that is why it is quite worrying. So if we should put a stop for 90 days, and it even comes back to, our most recent past glories. I mean, I think last year or so, there were points where people could tell that truly the, level of development and all that was better. And if we can even get back to that, where the Densu, the Bremu looked at least a bit clearer than the current muddy chocolate, color, we would have at least achieved something monumental. But over this past 8 months, what we've seen, and I'm not doing politics here, but it's quite devastating, and the quantum of destruction is excessive. And I think that this 90-day sort of moratorium, can at least bring us to levels where we were at least about a year ago, which was quite better than what we have now.
Now let's do politics. Your candidates or your aspirant has been campaigning. Where is it so far, and has been the feedback, the reception, and the likes?
I will speak for Greater Accra because that's the most recent, and I must admit that the response has been very positive, actually extraordinary, and very surprising for even us who have been to other regions. And he's been very well received, and Accra has fallen in love with Dr. Brian Champo, and it so happens because he's communicating well, a very fantastic communicator as a person, and in fact, the message is quite strong. And our cool thing is that we have two sides that are duking out, and if we present him, he serves as the middle ground and the person to bring the two sides together. And that's what we are really hoping for. And we think that he's the right person to close up the deficit of close to 2 million votes that we lost. And quite frankly, in Greater Accra, our last presidential results, we won only 2 seats out of the 34 seats in Greater Accra, which has never happened in our history in terms of ratio and proportions. And we think that overall, we're looking about 77 seats as compared to the 88 seats that we got. And that differential is quite significant, which for us makes a case that a radical change in the flag bearership will certainly bring more hope to the electorate and show that we are listening, we've done our homework, and we've made a change in terms of direction, we've made a change in terms of the personnel, we've made a change in terms of the people that will be advisory to the new candidate, and certainly show a more remorseful MPP, So these are our thoughts, and we're strongly behind this new candidate who's resourceful, very bold, has had powerful decisions in his private life, business life, and education, which for us shows a track record of a very firm, decisive leader. And certainly, in the next election, resources will matter, your experience will matter, your firm grip on the way Ghanaians look at things, and that your vision ties in with the youth.
Okay.
Very, very important. So these are our reasons, and we think and hope that Greater Accra will continue to fall in love with Dr. Brian Champon.
Doc, I'll say a big thank you for your time. Dr. Adama Kisi is a member of the Dr. Brian Champon campaign team. They are in the Greater Accra region campaigning for the MPP presidential primaries expected to take place on the 31st of January 2026. In a short while, we'll go to the camp of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and speak to our reporter Hansen Ajimai, who is embedded with the campaign of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, one of the MPP presidential aspirants. We are told that they are in the Senate East constituency, somewhere in the Bono region. I'm told Hansen is on the telephone line. Let's speak to Hansen. Good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Tell us where is the campaign team? I mean, the Dr. Bawumia campaign team, and what has been the message?
The campaign team is in Atebubu, Amantin constituency. Earlier, there were visits to the Senate East and Senate West constituencies, all within the East region. This is a start of Dr. Bawumia's campaign directly to delegates across all levels, from polling station executives to electoral area coordinators to constituency executives, national and regional officers, as well as former officers who, by the party's recent amendment to its constitution, will be allowed to participate in the January 31, 2026 primaries. He's making the point to delegate that he should be maintained as the party's flag bearer going into the 2028 general election. His argument has been, and that of some of his supporters has been, that a careful look at the figures of the 2024 election will reveal that NPP rather lost the election than seeing it as NDC who won the election. He makes the point that the NPP lost about 2.1 million voters who voted for the party in 2020 did not turn out to vote in 2024. However, John Mahama of the NDC, the president, he got 1.7 million votes gap to win the 2024 election. And it's his argument that if the over 2.1 million voters are turned out to vote, who he argue are NPP members, those persons would have voted for the MPP, and it was optimistic that MPP then would have won the 2024 election. And so he concluded that if he is elected and the party is able to work together to bring all these persons on board, it won't be a difficulty to win the 2028 election. Beyond this, he was making the argument that if you look at NPP's tradition, it has maintained a strategy of repeating candidates, arguing that its most successful presidential candidates in the Fourth Republic, former President John Ejekun Kufuor and former President Nana Addo Kufuor, all had to contest more than once before they won. And they even make the point that if you tend to look at the NDC, aside the late former President Rawlings, who won it while being president, as well as the current president, who they argue in 2012 won while being a sitting president, almost everyone who's also won from the NDC end has also repeated, and they make mention of the late former president Mills, and also even for President John Dramani Mahama. They say post 2012, he's had to contest in post 2012. Yes, he's had to contest in 2016, 2020, and until 2024 before he won. He's also highlighted a host of welfare packages 4 delegates of the party, which he believes would address a number of issues that led to the over 2.1 million party faithful of the NPP not turning up to vote in 2024.
Hansen, thank you very much for your time. Hansen Ajima is a correspondent, Citi News reporter with the Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia campaign team, who, as we speak, is in the Atebubu constituency campaigning to lead the NPP again into the election of 2028. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Jenny, our operations are too complex to be managed on spreadsheets. We need real-time control.
Exactly. That's why companies like ours are moving to Sage ERP 300. It integrates finance, procurement, inventory, and project costing across all departments.
I've seen it work. Multi-location reporting, consolidated dashboards, even intercompany transactions, all seamless.
And the best part? Trust Consult handles everything. Deployment, training, and support. They are Sage's certified partner here in Ghana.
Perfect. Let's contact them today. 0302 246 875 or 0244 965 119. Visit their office in Kokumene or the website trustconsultlimited.org. Sage ERP 300, built for growth, trusted by enterprise.
Who is calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
My hands a champion, creating temptation, 100% natural kibo, ginger, garlic, onion, no salt, no MSG, no preservatives, steam them natural, chicken, fish and meat, yes, even salmon.
Kivo 3 in 100% natural ginger, garlic, onion powder, incredible aroma, champion taste. This advert is FDA approved.
Ginger, garlic and onion, 3 in 1 Kivo.
Are you ready to unlock the next big thing? It's a universe of endless possibilities. Get ready to be part of this universe.
Channel One TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Almost 13 to 16 people were under the ground and it collapsed on them. Yesterday we were able to make it and remove 8 of them and 4 were dead.
Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Don't mine in forest reserves, and always when you've created a mess, clean it up. The laws are there. So it's not that you need more laws, it is just that you need more enforcement.
Channel 1 Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation. From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel 1 Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
Let's speak to the core issues in terms of how we can prevent professionals who have been given the mandate to teach our children, and for this matter, the whole children's standard of care, and how they can live up to expectation.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
How can somebody wake and you tell the person I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change. Catch CNR on Channel 1 TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Hey, Ruben. Every 2 seconds notification. The Momo keeps on coming. It keeps on coming, eh?
Ma, I am the community Momo man now. People send money, and with the Momo app, every payment is done. My transactions are flying.
Hey, Adeng.
Ah, ma, you didn't know, eh?
Over 2 million Ghana cedis is up for grabs in the Stillman Saka promo. Transact more than 100 Ghana cedis with your Momo app, and you could win daily, weekly, and monthly cash prizes, and 100,000 Ghana cedis grand prize. And it's not just payments and money transfers. Bank to wallet transactions, savings, loans, investments, pensions, POS transactions, and Momo transactions from other partner platforms qualify. This promo runs in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. Now, 6 people, including a toddler, have been hit by stray bullets at Kwabnakwa in the Obuasi East District of the Ashanti region. The incident occurred after a member of a family involved in a chieftaincy dispute fired a gunshot in celebration following a court ruling in favor of his faction. Stray bullets struck 6 people, with 4 victims treated and discharged. A mother and her baby have been referred to the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital for further medical attention. The suspect is currently on the run. Residents of Manso Nyame Kumase in the Amansie South District of the Ashanti region staged a protest yesterday following injuries sustained by 5 people during a confrontation with the military. The incident occurred on Monday, October 13, when some community members clashed with military personnel over the reclamation of a mining concession in the area. Reports indicate that the military stormed the community to enforce a reclamation directive which residents had resisted. The clash left 5 people with multiple injuries. Some residents allege that the soldiers assaulted them upon arrival, describing the incident as unlawful intimidation. Now, the National Service Authority has given prospective National Service personnel until the end of week to complete their registration process. This follows appeal by some of the applicants for an extension of the registration deadline. According to them, attempts to register on the new online portal have been fraught with challenges, including repeated system failures, which they attribute to high traffic from the large number of users attempting to log in simultaneously. Speaking to Citi News, the Deputy Director General of Operations at the NSA, Donko Fuseni, noted that the authority has already taken significant steps to resolve most of the issues reported by applicants.
Now, the Ghana card they possess and the date of enrollment in their school does not match because of that particular singular act. And some of them too were not of the age of applicants for mature students. But then those people too had their Ghana cards already. And that is where we find ourselves right now. But then the authority has been able to plead with the Ghana Publishers Corporation to actually reduce the time of getting them gazetted and then publishing their names to do the affidavit, reduce it to 1 week, reduce the cost from 1,200 to 700 cedis, and we were able to even bring them all the way to our office together with the commissioners of oath. So if we do all these things and people still don't take advantage of the situation, and you want an extension, we have a deadline for deployment. 1st November, service must start. So from today, we are going to start the deployment process. By tomorrow, or the worst case scenario, close of this week, we will close entries for applicants.
You heard Deputy Director General of Operations at the National Service Authority, Donko Fuseni. Away from that, the Chief of Odobeng in the Sikuma Odobeng District of the Central Region, Nana Kwame Nyako Okra Rese, the 17th, is calling on the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs to intervene following a violent clash in the community on Saturday. The incident, which stems from a long-standing chieftaincy dispute, left 6 people injured after an opposing faction attempted to stop one of the traditional Asafo groups from holding an outdoor event. While some of the injured have been treated and discharged, others remain on admission. Nana Okwara, who expressed fear for his life, described the situation as alarming.
This happened last Saturday, and my side and the other family get crashed, and a lot of them get injured. So even as I'm talking, we are still in the police that they are making investigation concerning who attacks or who brings, and I'm hoping that proper resolve will come so that it will end this issue of the other side raising up all the time. Even though we've got the ruling, they are still perpetrating and making the situation looking as if they're still the most powerful, like they have a power, or I don't know who is behind it. So if the authority will come to Odobing and then make sure that the right thing is done, so that the future of the children will be able to, sustain their lives, because it is endangering and it is making us behind all development, and we are lacking. We don't even have a market. We don't have a lorry park. We don't have anything going on. Looking at it, I'm not happy.
Chief of Odobing in the Esikuma Odobing districts of the Central Region, Nana Kwame Nyako Okwara, said the 17th. The National Security Secretariat is cautioning individuals against the unauthorized use of its name and resources to commit criminal acts. The Secretariat says it has received several complaints which have already led to the arrest of some individuals during an inspection of the University of Ghana's Livestock and Poultry Research Center at Boteman, which was reportedly vandalized by persons claiming to be national security operatives. Director of Special Operations at the Secretariat, Richard Jakpa, pledged a thorough investigation into the incident.
Of the story, they gave me all the documents that attest to their ownership of the land here and the project that they are doing for the good people of Ghana and for our young students where they will be sleeping. So we decided to come here so I can see things physically, and then from there we'll continue the investigation to get to the bottom of it. So, there are a lot of people who roam around claiming to be coming from national security, perpetrating doing all manner of things. We've been arresting them. We've been prosecuting them. So national security is doing everything possible to protect the image of the institution and also the interest of the nation and our assets. So if I am here and people are claiming that they are from national security, they came to do this, and I'm here trying to get to the bottom of it, you can then understand. You can understand the reason why I'm here.
Director of Special Operations, National Security Secretariat, Richard Jakpa. Meanwhile, Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nana Aba Appiah-Amfo, says the institution will pursue all legal avenues to protect the land, which has been earmarked for the construction of staff accommodation.
Yesterday, there were reported acts of vandalism here yesterday. So we have come here, as you can see, together with National Security to come to the bottom of this. The University of Ghana is the bona fide owner of this land, and we will work together with National Security and the government to ensure that we have peaceful occupation of this land.
Professor Nana Aba Appiah-Amfo is Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ejubi Wiafe Akintin. Let's settle for the details. Despite Ghana achieving a single-digit inflation of 9.4% in September this year, the International Monetary Fund has expressed doubts about the sustainability of this progress. The fund projects inflation to rise slightly to 12% by the end of 2025. The forecast comes just weeks after Ghana's headline inflation fell sharply from 21.5% a year earlier, driven by a stable cedi, improved food supplies, and a tight monetary policy stance. Here's more.
The IMF's outlook makes it the second major institution after the World Bank
to express doubt about Ghana maintaining single-digit inflation. The World Bank's Africa Pulse report pegged 2025 inflation at 15.4%, significantly above the government's target of 11.9%. Some market analysts have described the IMF's position as cautious but telling, given Ghana's strong disinflation trend in recent months. Some local analysts, however, insist that inflation could even end the year possibly at 7%. Still, the Bank of Ghana maintains a confident stance, assuring that inflation will remain within single digits by December, citing continued monetary tightening and improved fiscal discipline. Beyond inflation, the IMF expects Ghana's economy to grow by 4% in 2025, slightly below the government's 4.4% target outlined in the national budget. Growth is projected to accelerate to 4.8% in 2026 under Ghana's IMF-supported economic recovery program. Ghana's economy expanded by 6.3% in the second quarter of 2025, driven largely by the services sector, which grew by 9.9% and contributed the highest share to GDP.
Emmanuel Pong with that business desk report. The Bank of Ghana will begin receiving applications from digital credit service providers starting November 3, 2025 as part of efforts to deepen financial inclusion and enhance regulatory oversight within the country's growing fintech ecosystem. Announcing the development at the Fintech Stakeholder Forum organized by MTN Momo, Second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Matilda Asante Esiedu, said the move marks the operationalization of the digital credit system framework designed to expand access to formal financial services. According to her, the initiative will enable digital credit providers to reach underdeserved and unbanked populations.
As the central bank, we are building regulatory capacity and agility to supervise effectively. We are strengthening innovation and digital capabilities to bring our regulatory systems in sync with the market. Our monetary policy stance continues to promote stability, recognizing that innovation and macroeconomic disciplines are not competing goals, but complementary. In the near term, what we intend to do is to operationalize the Digital Credit Directive and roll out our virtual assets licensing regime and expand financial literacy as well as the redress mechanisms across the country. We expect that from the 3rd of November, applications will now be received for digital credit. So if that's an area you're interested in, certainly that is something to take note of. In the medium term, we will modernize supervision through SuperTech and RegTech tools using digital analytics and AI to monitor risks in real time, and also to deepen partnerships with cybersecurity authorities to foster and fortify digital resilience.
Second Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Matilda Asante Esiedu. Now, the Institute for Fiscal Studies, IFS, has linked Ghana's strong reliance on rice imports to the limited land dedicated to rice cultivation. The Institute notes that leading rice-producing countries such as Vietnam and Thailand have achieved self-sufficiency and export surpluses by allocating large portions of their agricultural land to rice production. Presenting on strategies to transform Ghana's rice sector, Dr. Saeed Boache, a senior research fellow at the IFS, urged policymakers to expand land access for rice farmers and adopt a coordinated policy framework to boost domestic production.
In terms of yield, Ghana is performing so poorly, except when compared to what we call it, Thailand in the latest period. But what is even amazing is that areas of land directed towards rice cultivation is so insignificant in Ghana. So it is not that Ghana's yield is low. We cannot allocate enough land for rice cultivation. 37,000 hectares devoted to rice cultivation on average in 1961. It has increased to 327,750.
Dr. Saeed Bache is a senior research fellow at the Institute for Fiscal Studies. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Ijibi Wiafe Akente. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. And what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
We're trendy and youthful. We're UBA. We're here to make your life better, stress-free and easy. We go the extra mile, beyond your expectations. We will get it done and get it done very well now. UBA, best loans and more. UBA, best customer satisfaction. UBA, best digital solutions. UBA, Africa's global bank.
For best retail products, innovative offerings, loans made just for you, attractive interest rates, trading across Africa or sending money. If you want the best digital banking products, including chatting with you on WhatsApp and Facebook, turn to UBA, Africa's global bank. Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together. Because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra, and this is Point Blank. Remember, Point Blank is brought to you by Valles Lease Equip Limited. Valles Lease, affordable document management solutions. Tonight on Point Blank, we still continue our conversation with the MPP and their politics as we are the parties preparing to elect a flag bearer. After that, the party will also elect national officers who will run the affairs of the party for the next 4 years. My guest tonight is the former member of parliament for the Botiano English and Mafun constituency, a former deputy information minister and a former board chair of the Ghana Enterprises Agency. He's aspiring to be the next general secretary of the MPP, and I'm talking about Sylvester Tete. Sly, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
It's been a while. Where have you been?
I've been around.
You've been campaigning?
I've been consulting. I've been consulting.
Sly, why do you want to be general secretary of the MPP? You've been a former deputy information minister, former member of parliament. Why general secretary?
Well, thank you very much, Sammy, my brother, and good evening to you. Good evening to our viewers, our listeners across the globe, and to my constituents, to my MPP fraternity. Sammy, I think that there comes a time in one's life we all help to build and to rebuild. The MPP party, as it stands now, is not too attractive. We've gone through a process of rebuilding of our party. It calls for people with experience. It calls for people who has something to contribute to ensure the party becomes attractive once again, to put it at a war front to ensure that we restore power come 2028. So for me, the experience I've gathered in time past, I believe that this is the time for me to put myself forward, and I believe that I have something to contribute to the MPP's rebuilding processes that we are doing, and to ensure that we work make the party attractive once again. So that is why I want to be general secretary. I've served the party all my adult life from the age of 14 years. I'm 48 years now. And I've gone through the mill in the party. I've been a polling station executive. I've been a constituency secretary. I've been a TESCON secretary. I've been a TESCON president. I've managed regional chairman as a campaign manager. I've managed the national chairman. I've been a member of the national council of our party. I've been a member of the national organizational committee. I've been a member of the communications team of the party for so long. And I've served in government. I've been a member of parliament. I've been a deputy minister. I've been a board chairman. I've been a CEO. I've seen it all in this party. With this experience, when your party is in difficulty, the party's experience, the governance experience, leadership experience you've acquired over time, it is only proper and important you put it at the disposal of the party. That is why I humbly want to serve the party in that capacity as a general secretary.
The party is in difficulty now?
Of course. If you've gone to election, if you lost miserably, it cannot be described any better than being in difficulty.
The cycle in the life of every politician.
Yes, of course. So that's difficult and a cycle. You need to come out of it. This is not the time to sit on the fence. You've listened to my credentials, what I've been through, what I've done for this party. Only few people had gone through the mill as I have gone through it. And this is the time the party needs me the most.
And with you as general secretary, you feel the party can win 2028 election?
Of course, I'll contribute my quota. You see something? If you look at the MPP, it's the most popular party in this country with huge following. So me, as a general...
Most popular political party?
Of course.
Many people would doubt that. You know?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they would doubt that because we lost elections. But if you go into the numbers speaks for itself. It's a party. I mean, so at this time, the difficulty is that our own people lost faith in the party. We lost heavily due to our party. What occasioned that our party? We must investigate it. Because if you have a political party that lost 2.1 million votes, and the one who won the elections between his 2020 results and 2024 results is 120,000. You need to ask yourself a lot of questions.
How are you so convinced that the 2.2 million you mentioned are MPP members?
Of course, nobody has
voted for the MPP in the last election.
Nobody has said. They voted for the MPP in the last elections, and they refused to vote for the MPP in the 2024 elections. So you need to ask yourself a lot of questions. It means what occasioned this is our party. We lost heavily because of our party. So the Okwe committees report our own investigations that we have traveled many regions as part of my consultative tour. We are clear in our minds that people stayed away from the polls. We suffered huge apathy. In my constituency, in 2020 results, the results NDC had, it came down slightly, but they won 9,000 votes in my constituency. What occasioned that? And not only in my constituencies would never lost before, Kaikwe South. Domi Kwabenya, Ayawaso Central, Ablikuma West, many more constituencies, 7 Citi in Ashanti region. There's something fundamentally wrong. So we have a process of repair. It calls for people with experience. It's not anybody at all you put in the helm of affairs for this party at this rescue mission.
What do you think should be done to rescue the party?
Well, of course, first of all, we've set in motion processes. We've amended our constitution. We've started some rebuilding processes. If you've done all this internal restructuring, you need a driver who will drive the party, who will lead the party and make it attractive once again to its own self. Because with these huge numbers we have, you must lead the party to make the party attractive to itself. The party must itself be attractive to itself, its members, its following, its core. Then they will be able to attract other people to join us. So you must have a general secretary that leads the party, that makes the party attractive to itself. So you must first be attractive to yourself. Okay? So how do you do that? The structures of the party. That is what you oversee. We have fantastic structure on paper. Anybody that goes to election to be elected, from polling station, constituency, electoral area to constituency, region and national, oftentimes retains most popular people in the constituencies for various positions, from chairman, first vice, second vice, organizer, women organizer, secretary, youth organizer, research officer, elections. All these people are popular people. So as a general secretary of the party, as the leader of the party's administration, you must have a strategy to be able to turn all these resources to ensure that they work effectively to achieve an overall goal. So you have a lot of work. It's a difficult job, but you must be on top of the job to ensure.
It's a difficult job and you want to venture into it?
I have acquired the necessary experience over time. I just didn't wake up and I want to be general secretary. At the base, I have been there. I have been an administrator at the constituency level. I understand what this means. So it's not a matter of it's fanciful, you want to be. No. It's experience over time. That is why I'm saying. For instance, the things that happened as I go around the country, I will diagnose them with. There are things I cannot say on radio. It's meant for the consumption of our party people. The party structures became so weak. And that is why it did not return the electoral fortunes that we were expecting. We worked so hard as a party to come into power to return elections, and we couldn't keep our hold. It tells you anywhere I've been to. So there are a lot of problems with the structures. And today we've done some structural reforms with the structures of the party. Who will lead that structure to ensure that it return the victory we anticipate? So it calls for somebody with experience. It's not just any experience. Experience from the very base. The most important base of our party. Have you worked there before? Do you understand it? To the middle level, to the highest level. So you blend the two. Even in governance, your experience over time is important. And then number 2 reason, you must have a political voice. As a general secretary in opposition, you don't have resources as much as the incumbent. You don't have the state security. You see how they are beating us all over. You must have a general secretary that has a voice, not just anybody at all. Not any voice, a political voice that will resonate with the rank and file of your party, to lead them. Strategy to ensure that we are attractive to ourselves. If MPP is attractive to its own self, our problems are over and we win elections. So for me, so that is what I bring to the table. So finally, the strategic choice of who a general secretary is. And of course, everybody you elect, by virtue of election, apart from your own experience and everything, his positioning in the party, in the country, geographically must bring something to the party. And Greater Accra is the biggest region in terms of electoral vote in this country. So it is very important to the MPP to look back into the Greater Accra. So it's not for anything. I mean, you have to make strategic choices. All the aspirant crisscrossing, everybody is telling his or her strategic positioning. How important is the person you are electing to the job you are putting the person there? Do you understand it? I've traversed the 276 constituencies. There's no constituency I don't know in this country.
Within this short period of time?
Not within this short period. I've traveled not too many times. And even at this time, I've done so many rounds in this country, and I know what the problems are. And those that have engaged me They know what I represent.
It's different to know the problems, and it's different how you are going to address the problems.
Yeah, so addressing the problem is some of the things I'm telling you. Not all of them. I can't disclose all of them on air. That one, I'm sorry. I can't. Not all of them.
In the event that you are elected General Secretary of the NPP, just give me 3 strategic things you do in your first, say, 100 days in office.
Number one, if I'm elected today as a General Secretary of the party, first of all, you are handed over a big party. Presidential election has been done with already. You have been given a data of officers of the party. You must draw out your strategic plan, how you are going to win the next election. You win with resource. The resource is the human resource first. Yeah. So training, capacity building, for them to understand your vision. They must understand your vision, where we are going, how we are going to get there. Let me give you a typical example. I usually don't do this. We have elections and research officers in time past. These are people educated in their own right, but they had never been given a basic political researching in terms of training, capacity building across the country. So how would they give you reporting as to what is happening, political research to understand? That is why you go to many constituencies. You will find 17 executives divided into 3 groups, fighting for one of them to lead as a parliamentary candidate. The reward system in our party makes it very unattractive for many people to be committed to the party, especially when you are in government. The reward system in our party, we must really look at it. So number one, capacity building, training, strategic, to ensure that everybody understands their strategy. Number 2 thing you have to do, make the party visible and attractive to its followers. The party must be attractive, visible. So in every rebranding the party, because we went into election, we've revolved over time. So you must to take a strategic move to rebrand the party. You must rebrand the party. Then many more people, the things we talk about, history, there are many people who are oblivious and they don't even know. So make the party attractive to them. So that's why I said the party must be attractive to itself first. And then you lead the party that will lead a crusade of development. What we've done before, where we are today. So you are the chief spokesperson for the party. So you must lead in that direction. That whatever you say must be constructive, must be putting the party or the government on its toes. So strategic training, capacity building, making the party attractive, and ensure that you lead an onslaught. Today, the rot of government, it's visible everywhere. Contradictions of the NDC appointees, the president himself, and all that. You need a voice. That's why I call for a strategic and political voice in dealing with these matters. So for me, you have a barrage of people to work with. The party in parliament, former servicemen. There are so many things that you need to put in place to ensure that we are going to win elections.
There are many who have raised issues of discipline within the MPP. As General Secretary, how will you enforce discipline in the party?
Of course, it's clear. The matter of enforcement of discipline is not with the General Secretary as a matter.
But you are the CEO of the party.
CEO.
You run the
so that is where when I talk of training, capacity, vision, it's embedded in the Constitution. By the time you go through training of your officers,
how can training bring discipline?
I'm telling you, listen. You don't wake up as a General Secretary and you say, I've suspended you, I've sacked you, I've done this. The officers, the line officers, must even understand the processes in the Constitution to activate them. So it comes to you. It goes to disciplinary committee. Their report comes. It is not you as a General Secretary as a person, but it is the committee, and to some extent you go to NEC and all that. So number one, when they know the matter comes before you, you are not partial, everybody will fall in line. But today, somebody is hauled before a disciplinary committee. That person goes there, doesn't even defend his matter. It is referring you to a similar or worse incident of another person. That is where we lose track of discipline in our party. You must be impartial. So, if you are a leader, people must trust you for who you are, what you say. For instance, there's an internal elections. If you say you are impartial, let nobody doubt your impartiality. So when you activate the rules for discipline, nobody will accuse you of impartiality. That is one. So discipline, you must be disciplined yourself to ensure. And most of the infractions happens at the constituency level or regional levels, and as a matter of fact. So one, some people take the laws into their own hands at the constituency level, and then they cause a lot of infraction themselves. So that's where the training, capacity building, discipline comes from leadership. So the way you lead will transcend down to the people. And then last one, you must be resourceful, have to lead a party to raise money. Politics is a function of money. The human resource I talked of, the huge following of MPP, how do we translate that into money to effectively run the party? Logistics. So if you have the human resource, you must be strategic enough to turn that into human financial resources to be able to run the party effectively. So there are things I cannot share on it. I share with the delegate as I go around, as part of my consult. They are not delegates yet for that election because they are yet to go to their own election. So any rounds I make today is consultative, and I share these things with them, how we can make our party attractive. You cannot make the party attractive by virtue of verbal statement. But indeed, if you mean business, you must make it attractive to look for money, for people to trust you, to even put their money at the disposal of the party to run it effectively. And if you have 2-3 million following of your party, you can't, and you don't have an excuse to say I'm broke, unless they don't trust you. But if they trust the process, they will commit to it.
On the 31st of January next year, your party will elect a flag bearer. You support any of them?
I support my party and anybody the party elect. You have almost over
5 individuals. You support any of them?
We have 230,000 or so delegates who will be electing one person for us. I trust the judgment of our delegate, whoever they elect. All of them. Let me be honest with you. All the 5 that are vying. I've made that statement before here in Citi TV. That at the time I was supporting Alan Tremantin, and I've said so that Alan Tremantin, Kennedy Japan, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, then Kwabena Japan, whoever is elected will be a better president than John Mahama. And today, the 5 of them, whoever is elected will be a better president than anybody NDC brings. So I don't have a problem at all. I trust the judgment of our electorate. They will elect one person. One person will emerge. We draw Nemo. Either I could go for a runoff, but whatever it is, me Sylvester, and I've made it clear. Look, I've worked with Dr. Baumia before. I've been in parliament with Kennedy Japan, Dr. Brian Champon, Edu Chum. I've worked with Kwabena Japan before. I know all of them. They are friends, colleagues, people. I trust their sense of judgment. But the decision, my saying I support you, does not guarantee victory for you. Yeah. And more importantly, when I want to lead this party, I want all of them to trust me that Sylvester Tete as a general secretary, I don't have a preference. My preference is with the party. Whoever is elected today is capable enough for me to lead the person to elections the next, and be able to bring everybody on board. So I will not, a matter of principle, make a public declaration for any of them.
You mentioned John Mahama. How do you assess the government of President Mahama 10 months down the line?
It's a government of deception, full of deception.
How?
But this is a government who says that you appoint 60 ministers. Nothing more. Okay? Now.
But we don't have the 60 ministers. We have them.
Wait. Hold it. Today, all regional organizers of the NDC have been officially appointed as presidential staffers. Presidential staffer is coterminous with a deputy minister. So they have 16 deputy ministers in the name of presidential staffers. Just last week, you saw the number of deputy ambassadors, unprecedented in the history of this country. Unprecedented in the history of this country. The same President Mahama, 24th September.
But they've been appointments of deputy ambassadors.
How many are there? How many? Put them side by side. Italy. A deputy ambassador to Italy? Christ, man, this has become a job for the boys. Go and check.
Appointments has
become a job for the boys. Otherwise, a small country like Italy, I haven't seen deputy ambassador to Italy. Look at the list. Soon they will be pointing to Togo. Already there's one for the Sahel region. We'll be having a deputy very soon. We're making mockery of governance. President Mahama is in China. You remember he said you give 30% of women appointment to his cabinet. Today, two. 10%. Yet he's in China to champion the women's right and advocacy for women in governance.
But the appointment, the 30% doesn't mean only cabinet.
He said
no.
He didn't say that. Please get the fact.
He said appointment in my cabinet.
Please, he didn't say that. I've given you a specific date and time. At the launch of the NDC Women's Manifesto, 30th September 2024, he said 30% of women will be in my cabinet. He didn't talk of appointment. In any case, all his appointments put together, they are only 22.1% of women in his government. So if you want to stretch the argument, but he was specific, I was going to put 30%. Look at the Galamsey, the embarrassment situation we find ourselves. Galamsey.
You left it in the West State.
We didn't.
Left it in the West State.
We didn't leave it in the West State. We didn't. And we expected it to be better.
It was one of the reasons why you lost the election of 2024.
Oh, if that's the reason why we lost the elections, then I can beat my chest to say we win the next elections. Because the hypocrisy of the NDC has been so exposed. Were they not the people telling you that they should declare state of emergency? Today, a CSO speaks, they tag him to be MPP. The people who were calling for a state of emergency, they sit in cabinet today. What advice are they giving the president? Have you forgotten that they said if a president has the will to fight Galamsey, within 1 week he can fight Galamsey? The last 8 months of NDC administration, they've registered over 1,900 excavators at the port when they want to fight Galamsey. Okay? Were they not the NDC who said when they come today, the free SHS, the double track system, within 2 weeks they will abolish the double track system? What is happening today? And they also said that the buffer stock, they will not give the money to buffer stock, they will give it to the headmasters. Okay, today the economy is being run artificially. They have to be injecting huge sums of money, and President Mahama had told us that over 4 million Ghanaians are engaged in small scale mining, and it constitutes the biggest chunk of our foreign exchange today. They cannot fight it.
Just a quick correction. A colleague of mine who traveled to Italy said last year, which was your administration, he interviewed a deputy ambassador appointed by former President Akufo-Addo in Italy.
You got it. Who was that? He got it wrong. You see, President Akufo-Addo, most of the appointees were career diplomat. Let him come back and mention the person's name. Career diplomat. They are career diplomat. That's the difference. That's the difference. They are not political appointees. Tell the person that I say so.
Sly, you have to go. Final message to MPP delegates.
So my message to MPP delegates: let's hold together and let's go through this process. We'll win power. Let's hold together. So for me, the only thing we have today is Ghana, and we should all the legacy we left. Now, first year budget of the NDC. Next month they are bringing a new budget. Ask yourself, sector by sector, what have they achieved in the first year budget? We'll come back to this studio to discuss it.
I'm sure, definitely. I'll invite you again for us to have a conversation. Like, thank you very much for your time. Sylvester Tete, he wants to be General Secretary of the MPP. He's a former member of Parliament for Botiano English and Mafro, former Deputy Information Minister, and former CEO of the National Youth Authority. My guest today on Point Blank. Remember, Point Blank is brought to you by Valex Lease Equip Limited, Valex Lease Affordable Document Management Solutions. So we'll come your way again tomorrow. May the good Lord be with us. My name is Sami Wiafi, show produced by Beverly London and Kwabla Wilson.